We are coming. Day after day. We are coming.
That's right. If you thought we were going to stop coming, you were wrong. It's a Circling Back podcast.
Day after day.
Day after day.
Yes.
My name is David. And a little fun fact about me, I got 7.5 hours of sleep last night. How about that?
That sounds really good.
It's been a minute.
Fun fact about me, you didn't ask for a fun
I really
fact.
didn't.
I got maybe 4.
Okay.
I'll talk.
You do look like fucking shit,
I'll
dude.
talk more about that later.
Okay.
Over here.
Randy Trimbacki.
Hi, Dave. I got about 6, maybe 5. I don't know.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm still feeling Saturday.
It was a good night.
Saturday in the park. You know that song, Chicago.
Yeah, I do.
You could have done the Elton John song. Saturday.
You do that one now.
Uh-huh.
Saturday.
People were like, dude, what's the show going to sound like now? Well, this is what it's going to sound like.
Saturday.
More singing, more hungover Randy. You didn't party yesterday, though.
No.
You don't look bad.
I just realized
Never
that
do.
without Will sitting in on every episode, now the chances of me being introed early on in an episode are much higher.
I wanted to get into
And
some
that's exciting.
housekeeping things.
Whoa.
We do have a newsletter that drops every Friday morning. Dillon, who will be introduced shortly, actually took the wheel Friday and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna answer some questions. The people have got questions, and I'm gonna answer them." Is what Dillon said.
Yeah. Friday's newsletter was informative. I hope I answered questions. I picked some well-rounded, questions and concerns and prompts, and I think I covered the basis there of what we're doing here. What we're doing.
Awkward laugh.
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry.
no.
Guys, we got a little phlegmy at the moment. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, check it out. It seemed to be well received. People seem to like it. And,
Did you answer what your deal was?
No, I don't, because I don't yet have the answer to that.
All right.
I'm not just holding back on it.
It's kind of an eternal question,
I
like a
just don't know.
meta
Yeah.
thing for the show.
Yeah.
No, it's a great job. You can check that
Thanks.
out over at Substack. Bit Madness still underway. Sweet 16, right?
Mhm.
Sweet 16, huh?
And Elite 8,
And the Elite 8. We're knocking them out, both out, right?
probably, yeah.
Okay. That's probably the best way to do it. We'll record that this week and drop it this week. Before we get into anything else, let me introduce my co-host. He's already spoken on the show. You know him as Roger Dorn. His Christian name, however, is Dillon Shivery.
Wow. Very happy to be here. What if I told you that the last 7 or so tinky breaks I've taken have all been outside, including one after I arrived to the office today? How does that sound? What would you do with that information if I told you that?
I would say that you were originally going to use the bathroom here.
Yes.
But
Correct.
we pay for the water. We pay for the
Yeah.
place. But
Everything
someone
in there
was
is operating just fine. from what I
somebody was in
understand.
there.
Somebody was in there. Yeah. So I chose to go outside, just like I did around the previous 6-ish. I didn't count when I was out there.
Were you gassing beers? I guess more on that later.
More on that later.
More on that later.
You segment alert. Hey, Wednesday show. Guess what? We have a special guest in studio. Dumb fucks will know him. Listeners of this show should know him. His name is Jake Kemp. He is a friend of Wash Media. He's a friend of mine, and he's reached out a few weeks ago. They're headed down San Antonio way for the Final Four. And he said, you know what? I'm going to make a stop in Austin just to hit up the boys, sit in on a show. So he's coming in. He's going to be sitting right next to you. And I don't care if that makes you feel uncomfortable. He's sitting right there.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I might even give him my seat. I don't know. I might just be a good host.
I was a little bit worried that you were going to come in and try to sit directly next to me today.
That would be weird if this side's completely empty and it's just us two over there.
It'd be like those couples that sit on the same side of the booth when they go on a date.
I guess
Yeah.
Randy's job would be easier.
Have
We
you
to
ever
switch the
done that?
cameras.
Have you ever done that?
With just me and one other person, just hunt. No, I've
You
never
and a
done that.
lady.
No, it's a very big part. Crazy Stupid Love. You ever see that movie? That was the point of that movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like one Will would love.
It's a good movie.
What about
Gossip.
like a single bed or a single cab pickup truck, and you got the lady sitting in the middle seat, so you can put your arm around her, leaving like the main shotgun seat completely empty. That's a move.
You ever done
seen,
that?
You ever seen that done?
Yeah, I've done.
I've
yeah.
never owned a vehicle like that.
Oh yeah.
I've never owned a vehicle with a solid bench front seat. Have you?
No. NF confession.
It's a
I've not.
vibe though.
It is kind of a
like
vibe.
low key. Yeah.
Huh.
How about it?
Must be nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
We may even have a coffee Friday this week.
Oh shit.
I've got to coordinate schedules with Randall. This is a new development, but we'll work off show. But I may be interviewing somebody, a friend of Washed Media, a guy who's been in the content game for a minute, and he will be near and dear to hearts of many. And we may.
Is it Scott Hansen?
It's not Scott Hansen.
Oh,
No, he was unavailable.
that's too bad.
He's in the Ganges.
Well, I will remind you, I am out Thursday and Friday.
I bet we could still find a way to record audio.
Yeah, I know how to press record on this here road. Look, there's a lot of things I don't know how to do.
We could
We're going to
leverage
find out.
AI. See how that does in place of Randy.
There's no way
Wow.
we would be able to figure that shit
No,
out.
there's
There's
no
no way. We would need Randy to leverage the damn AI.
Randy knows it, but he's going
True.
to gatekeep that from us so
I
he
mean,
can stay
He
employed.
should.
I mean, to be honest, of the five of us in the office, I'm not the AI guy as much as someone else. Right.
That's true.
Brett.
Big game. Yeah, he is the guy.
It's true.
AI is going to be the downfall of him.
You
But
want to
yeah.
bring in
And it's influencer week too. You guys better have your videos ready.
Oh God.
Yeah.
podcast week as well.
I don't know
Uh-huh.
if I'm ready.
Mine might take a little more time, but mine's going to be good when people see it.
Oh.
I think.
Shit.
So Dillon put some stuff on the rundown, and we'll get to things in normal order after this. But Dillon figured, like, hey, this is like a big change. You know, Will's not hosting the show anymore, so I don't really know exactly what Dillon has planned here, but it just says new segments with Dillon. I am supposed to reach out to the first guest. If you could pop that image up that I sent you on Slack.
Mhm.
We've got somebody who's going to be in studio joining us. People will know him. His name is Dan. And I have
Oh,
been told
Dan.
what we have here is a Supps Dawg reunion. I don't know how often we're going to do this, Dillon. This is your thing, but we're going to do Supps Dawg with Dan and Dillon.
Oh my God.
Please welcome to the show, Dan Regester.
Hey, boys.
Wait, hang on, Dan. Dan Regester.
Is his mic down?
Yeah, can you turn mic 4 there? There we
Okay,
go.
now try it.
What up,
Dan
boys? How about the
Regester.
hog on Randy?
Supps Dawg.
Okay.
We addressed that yet?
We've addressed it over and over again. It's
Will-
disturbing. We're trying to move past it.
We're trying to we're being all emotional. Will's last show, and all of a sudden, we get to Randy's segment, and it was just his hog.
Yeah.
Captain Dick Print is what we're calling him.
Well, I'm just glad my boy is packing. Can't be hanging out with anybody less than 6 inches. It's a bad
You
representation.
can't be upset, Randy. You did it to yourself.
I noticed that. I'm just laughing. It was actually 8 chairs, not 6 inches. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm going to take a back seat on this segment because I don't know what this is.
Okay.
This is a Dillon and Dan thing, and this is something we're just going to experiment with some things going forward.
I was
and
never on Supps Dawg.
It says here we're going to do Supps
you
Dawg,
weren't.
so y'all go ahead.
We actually had him on Inside TFM one time.
That's true. And they did the Pledge of Allegiance, and I had no idea what was going on.
It was pretty funny.
I got really uncomfortable.
We also did, I believe, Jersey Boys. And you fucking.
Are you fucking?
Hey, you fucking.
You fucking?
Bring it
Hey,
back.
Dylan, you fucking.
And because I had never listened to that podcast before, I didn't know if these were regular segments or if they were just bullshit.
I'm pretty sure you guys were all wearing sombreros too.
We were trolling him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out they were bullshitting me.
That's a good set.
They were bullshitting the bullshitter.
I mean, Jared was there, so.
Their whole
King Troll.
Their whole concept was they were like 100% certain that Dylan had never listened to an episode of Inside TFM, so they decided.
And it
that's,
showed,
a,
yeah.
that's a great bit.
So this is how we start every show.
It was a funny bit.
All right, so we're resurrecting Supps Dawg. I don't know what this is. Y'all go ahead, take it away.
So you're telling me to sell you on this?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Sharks. Okay. Supps Dawg. Is that a?
There it is.
Oh, that
That's
sounds
a callback,
interesting.
right?
I'm in.
It's a callback to what was it called?
That
was
Saved by the Brunch.
Yeah.
No, wasn't that from? I thought that was from.
It was a Saved by the Brunch episode.
That was
Okay.
when we were
Deep
doing
Eddy?
a live or a recording. We were like, "Hey, let's do a podcast in the loudest room, tiniest little pool room of Deep Eddy, with hundreds of people walking around."
For some reason, I thought that was from Ponte Vedra. That ridiculous episode.
No,
we
that
did.
was probably the best week of my life, though.
That was
It was
the
one of
best
the-
week of all of our
You know,
lives.
Maybe the
Still
best
guy.
content week of my life.
Easily. If
Yeah.
only we had, the
For
proper
me-
resources.
For me, the best week of my life was when I got married. So
It's beautiful.
Haven't been there yet.
Wow.
For me, is when my son came into this world.
yeah, that was a close second. I love
All right.
parks.
Well, this is about to be number one.
Okay.
Oh, what's Dan
I
got?
got a new.
Are you going to give us gas?
got a new segment. It's called Dry Scoop Mondays.
Oh. What the
Boom.
fuck is that?
Oh my God.
What the fuck is that?
All right. So the kind of concept of this potential
What,
new
Dillon?
segment on
You put it on the
Surf
Did you know
rundown.
this is happening?
No, you put it on the rundown.
Yeah, these are your new segments.
Why do you have
Dylan.
3 different bags?
Oh, I got 4. So these are all protein powders
Oh, this
provided
is sick.
by, I don't know if you guys have a supplement sponsor, but this is all provided by First Form because I'm a First Form athlete.
Is this
boys.
stuff? Is this
Well, so
stuff
we're just
black
doing ads
market
for other companies.
legal, or is it?
Oh, yeah, it's all legal. It's all straight and narrow.
What's the shit you took at Grand X? SARMs?
I took SARMs when I was 23, so I've never injected anything. I've only taken pills, but yeah, don't fuck with SARMs. SARMs are bad for you.
So there's no SARMs in this?
No, this is straight protein powder. So the
Okay.
idea for the segment is we're going to try to dry scoop. I'm going to pass them along to you guys. Try to guess the flavor of the protein powder based on the dry scoops. And we'll see if...
What are we
You can
scooping
go-
with?
Oh, we got a scoop. And it's right here, yeah. So I didn't go full scoop. I went with a little creatine.
I just put in a fat hooter, man. Should I take it out?
You could probably mix it up.
You guys spit that Kirby Puckett out, Hoss.
You ever do Red Man with little Big League Chew? It's kind of the same concept.
No, I believe it or not, I have not.
Okay.
Nope.
There's
Same.
no way you've never done that.
All
So,
right,
yeah.
I got to
We got a
guess
little
the
scoop.
flavor.
You got to guess the flavor. So I'll kind of lead us off with like this.
Don't put your mouth on it.
Can I do a small
No, it's a
scoop?
dry scoop, dude.
Daddy don't
this
want
is
germies.
the small scoop possible. So
Can I do
typical-
half of that? Small
typical
scoop?
protein scoops about
Yeah.
that much bigger.
That's
So-
that's like for a creatine.
Yeah, this is a
scoop
little
right there.
creatine
Just,
scooper.
just a little guy.
Is
So
there any
I won't put my
creatine in
mouth on it.
this?
I'm not contagious. I have nothing wrong with me, but I won't put my mouth on it. And yeah, you just kind of throw it back and kind of guess the flavor.
This is a. Oh yeah.
How do you know what's
You just
in
scooped it.
what flavors in each bag? Because they're not labeled.
Mm.
You should have done like A, B, C.
Dan
I'll be able
knows.
to guess.
Just spit protein everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Dan just knows them.
How often are you dry scooping?
Every day, Dave.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Best part of waking up is dry scooping in your mouth.
Yeah, I've been saying that to my wife. She like walks out and I'm just dry scooping.
Not good.
So I know what that is. Any guesses, Dylan?
Is it maple?
Am I allowed to smell it?
You can smell it.
It's one of the senses.
It's like maple.
You're close.
Oh, that's
Oh
first
my
time
God,
First
dude.
time I've ever done that.
If you're watching on, you should watch this on YouTube.
This is meant for video.
Dave's got powder all over his shirt, just like college.
Look like you, motherfucker.
All right, can we get a guess from you, Dave?
Oh God, it's so bad.
Dun.
He spit it all over himself.
Honey maple.
You guys are not on the board. That is sweet cream churro.
I fucking
Oh.
knew. You're the churro guy.
You're supposed to be the churro guy?
I mean, that applies to actual churros, not powder.
It feels like it really puts off churro vibes, though.
I can taste it from over here.
You can smell it from there, right?
It's
Yeah.
quite pungent.
All right, so you guys are 0 for 1.
We're doing 4 of these?
We're doing 4 of these.
How's your mouth? Better than mine,
I
probably.
don't know. Just
This is your
I
segment.
feel like I need to go lift after this.
That's a good one. I could tell that's a good one right there.
Is one of these your personal fave?
No.
By the smell, I'm gonna guess French vanilla. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dave, you're not gonna like that.
You don't know me. Oh God, I don't like
The flavor is so
So
strong.
why do you have so many different flavors? Usually I just go like,
Because I'm a first form athlete, dog. They just send it to me for free.
oh, okay. So you have like an ad deal with them?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
That's French vanilla.
Dave, what do you got? It's a messy segment. I'll have to bring in a broom.
Ooh, it's salty.
Ugh.
You're on the right path there.
Salty caramel nut.
Dave is on the board as salted caramel. So
Wow.
game recognized game.
I was
He's
way
1 for
off.
2. You were French vanilla. Yeah, you're 0 for 2.
I also have a bunch of flavors combined in my mouth already, and it's gonna
Cleanse the
throw
palate,
off.
Hoss.
With what?
With some water. Huh?
Uh,
You got a cracker handy?
use that Lucy to cleanse the palate.
No.
All right, here's number 3.
Do people really dry scoop? Like seriously, or is it just
I think
all
Dan
good?
does.
Protein powder, usually not. I think
could
dry
dry-
scoop is exclusively for pre-workout,
Okay.
which
No,
I
I'm gonna-
snort.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Dillon. I don't know if this segment's gonna be like a weekly thing.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be easy. You're both going to get this one.
Ugh. I mean, that's just peanut butter.
That is peanut butter.
Yeah. That's my favorite one by far.
Simple,
Mm.
to the point.
Just seems like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tastes like
good.
peanut butter.
Points for both of them.
There we go. So Dave's 2 for 3.
I'm so ready for this segment to be over.
You're
I
1
can't.
for 3. Last one. Let's see if you can catch Dave.
Ugh.
All right. So
How about we stay at the same time? So
Yeah.
if you get it, then I can't steal.
Ugh.
Like just take your answer. You know?
Yeah, he may have gotten that last one wrong. I gave him the answer.
Hey, does it sound weird? It's probably because I have protein stuck to the roof of my mouth.
this is also going to be easy.
Okay.
I like how Dylan's natural reflex just put his nose in all that powder.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah, actually, we could elevate this and make it
I know
a
this
snort competition.
Ah.
Yeah.
I definitely know this one.
That should be pretty easy, too. Dave can just seal it.
Wait a minute. I'm getting glaring lack of scent.
Oh.
You'll.
You'll taste.
It has flavor.
Oh.
Right. You ready?
Oh.
All right,
This
let
is
me
my
get
favorite.
a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Fruity,
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
What'd you say?
Fruity Pebbles.
What'd you say?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruit Loops, yeah. So fruit
Ah.
cereal. You guys are both on the board. Dave went an impressive 3 for 4.
Wow. Good job, Dave.
Can we
lift?
get a round of applause for Dave?
They're just gonna laugh at him instead.
So what do you guys think, Sharks?
I think I need to chase it with the Lucy.
I'm gonna need 33% of the company if you want to bring this on board.
Okay.
I feel like Supps Dawg can do much more than just dry scoop protein on an audio medium.
This is just a segment.
Okay. He's got
Folks,
more in the bag, dude.
Folks, if you thought this was good, just wait.
God, look at that dope logo Supps Dawg had.
I know. Shouts to Hayden that designed that. I believe he ripped it from South Dakota, University of South Dakota.
He didn't even,
Hayden
cha-
would
he
just
didn't even
rock-
change the letters.
I don't think he did.
He would just rock hockey sweaters.
He was the man. Also,
I saw him recently.
What if I just did an interview
Really?
series where between questions we just inject?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, like sex.
Not like sex, but like
Like
it's-
steroids?
It's hot ones with steroids.
yeah, that's a really bad. We
I
gotta
think we're
run
gonna have
that by
trouble
HR.
getting guests.
I think you can still call it hot ones.
We gotta run that by legal. I don't know if it's gonna pass.
Dude, just like Hot Ones gets really good guests. I just don't know if you're gonna get like the Sweens on to do steroids. Although,
Dude, I want like Ronnie Coleman.
oh, so you want actual? You're gonna stick with the Supps Dawg thing.
Yeah, we can get Hube Dog on probably. It's your boy.
Huberman,
Hubes.
nice. I wasn't Huberman. That was Jim Rome.
Did Dave tell you we saw Alex Jones at Matt's El Rancho recently?
I see Alex Jones probably once every 3 months.
Oh, here we go.
Run
One
that.
upper.
All right.
On
I was trying to share.
Supps Dawg will one up you too.
I know that you see him, so I was just say we saw him too.
Alex Jones has actually bought me a cheeseburger.
Oh.
folks.
Yeah.
Folks.
Came into the studio,
It's a
bought me a
smash
hamburger.
burger.
He did. Bought me a bunch of Pete Terry's
Oh, okay.
What a guy.
on Alex Jones' dime.
What a
I
guy.
had a Pete Terry's recently.
His boy
Same. End of
Owen
my
also
story.
works at Lifetime, or he works out at Lifetime, same time.
His
Okay.
son?
His boy, like his
Oh.
underling, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just wanted to tell you we saw him at Matt's. That's
Yeah,
all, really.
that's all. That's all there was.
We
to it,
recognize
Dan.
him from the back of his head.
You don't have to dunk on us.
He's getting kind of in shape now, so that's nice to see. Nice to
Good.
see him. We could get Alex Jones on Supps Dawg.
Dylan, it's your seg, dude. I'm gonna let you do what you want. I'm giving you full artistic.
He's got his own supplements that we could probably incorporate into the series.
Okay. Let's see. How much you asking for?
33% of the company.
I just got some equity. I think I can figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
sign
offer
into
from Shark Randy.
I think it's just fair to take Will's seat.
Okay. Yeah.
Replacing Will. We got some big shoes to fill, which is why I think we should hire Shaq.
You got big feet.
I don't have big feet, no. I got size 11.
So does Will.
You
That's
really?
above average.
10.5.
I don't think 11's above average. I would say that's probably
No,
right.
it's above
For a man of your
In the
stature,
meaty-
it does seem a little small.
Well, I got
even though-
tiny hands too.
Yeah,
Freakishly
yeah.
small hands.
Wow, you
Small
really do.
hands, average feet. That's what they say about Dan.
Mhm.
Yep. But my
Okay.
boy's got a hog on him.
You roll around with Randy, you're
Captain
getting
Dick
looked at
Friend.
differently.
It really brings up the median.
Yeah. It's like when you see a hot girl and like friends, it's like brings all rising tides or
Yeah,
whatever.
The cheerleader
Lifts all
effect.
boats.
Yeah, the cheerleader effect. What Randy said.
Although I don't know if I want my boat risen around Randy.
Why is that?
Have a boner while I'm out.
Yeah, that's a good
weird.
point.
Yeah.
Boner.
Half mast, dude.
But yeah, that is just one of the segments. I have many other ideas.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll meet about this and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Cool if I just leave this here.
yeah, leave
Yeah,
it there.
please do.
I'll just
we
leave.
want to keep trying it while you're gone. Make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Thanks,
you.
dog.
We also want to test it.
Cool.
Make sure it's as you described.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
We'll let you know how it affects us in about an hour.
Okay. So
As I'm
you'll,
just the top of my ears are just burning, and I'm just like my teeth are just falling apart.
you'll get back to me, is what you're
yeah,
saying?
oh
Yeah.
for sure, dude.
It's not a no.
What's like a time?
Thank you for
frame on
coming
that?
in.
It's
now.
not
have
a
our-
no.
We'll have our people call your people.
It kind of sounds
We
like
got a
it's
few
no
more
then.
candidates to interview.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't really see anyone being better.
well, yeah, we're gonna look
Wow,
at it.
you gotta
objectively.
respect not taking no for an answer. That's it's a real go getter.
All right. There's Dan. We're just gonna slide this mic down.
You know what? What if he just- all right.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
You're the man.
We love you, Dan.
Bye, Dan.
See you.
Hey, what's the dosage on this? Like one full scoop, we getting 20. What are we looking at?
23.
23.
23
I'll probably take
G's.
two. I'll probably take two. There goes Dan Regester.
Bye, Dad.
One half of Supps Dawg.
God. Supps Dawg.
All right, we'll run through these other ones. You want to pull up that video? This is one. Dylan, I don't have a lot of context. I know it's a video segment. Somebody sent one in. It's a guy named John Duda. And this, I think, this is a pitch deck to Dylan. This is called the Crank Corner.
It's not John Duda. It's some anonymous guy.
somebody
I don't
else.
know.
Okay.
I don't know who this is.
Okay,
but,
Dylan, I don't know what this is.
What
so-
what do we have here? That's Tom
What's up,
Hoagie.
guys. Welcome to a new segment on Circling Back. It's called Dillon's Crank Corner. Today in the corner we have PGA Tour pro Tom Hoagie. We'll go through a couple of his career accomplishments and hopefully get you out of here in the next, 2 minutes here.
Okay.
So Tom Hoagie started out in Fargo, North Dakota. He played college ball at Texas Christian University and also won the 2011 NCAA D1 Men's Golf Championship. As you can see here, he's a little slimmer during his college days, but he's really grown into one of the juiciest, beefiest players on the tour.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why I put him in the corner this week.
It's good, Dylan.
So looking
good
at
revenue.
data here, just from the past few years, he won his first tour event at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He beat out Jordan Spieth in a very tight final round, and
How do you say it
it
like
was a
that?
big breakthrough for him on the tour. And we're expecting we're expecting for his numbers to just go up this year and
Go up.
beyond. He's had multiple top 10 finishes, notably Waste Management in 2021 and the 2019 Farmers Insurance Open. He's also a regular participant in the PGA Championship. His playing strengths, I would say, approach shots are money. His putting is absolutely dialed. And as you can see here, that midsection, that's what you're going to want to hold on to, or wish you could hold on to when you're in the corner this week. So finally, future prospects, goals. Hoagie's looking to continue to build on that first tour win, aim for more victories, and become a mainstay in the top 50. I'm expecting a strong finish from him at the Masters this year. One of my dark horses to win it all. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Tom Hoagie is this week's Crank Corner. And yeah, like I said, it's Dillon's Crank Corner, and we're going to be doing this all the time. So stay tuned, and I'll give you a few minutes back here. It's 10:12 a.m. on the East Coast. So yeah, we'll give you a few minutes back in your day, and everyone have a good one. Feel free to ping me with any questions, concerns you have, but thanks a lot.
So you want to do this like weekly?
God, why do I sound so much like someone that I can't place? But
It's interesting.
yeah.
I do like the pitch deck.
Yeah, do you like the background I
nice
used for that
touch.
video?
Yeah.
I know I said East Coast, but that's giving tropical.
It's just fun.
Yeah,
It adds a whole new level to it. So we actually interviewed Tom Hoagie.
we did. He was electric.
He was.
Yeah, he had a lot to say
So what do you think?
about this new segment that I
Yeah.
just presented. How about what do you think about this new segment?
Well, I mean, I think, is it a daily? Is it a episode by episode? I think it's like maybe once a week.
No, I'm
I
thinking
mean,
this
if you're
could be
gonna,
a one-off.
what do you mean?
Like we're never going to do it again.
Why?
I don't typically like to talk about this subject matter.
I mean, you seem
What,
fine.
Tom Hoagie?
Where Tom Hoagie is in this context, the corner.
What corner? Did I miss? I thought this is just like a dark horse for the Masters.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Fucking
You're
Dillon.
kind of, dude. You put this on the rundown, and then you act like you're all coy and you're making it weird. So why don't you just explain what you're saying? Do you have protein in your mouth? What's going on?
Yeah, I got protein mouth right now. Sorry, I'm still
Yeah, I've been
wired,
there, brother.
I'm wired from the teen.
This is how his first
Oh.
two segments are going. I don't even know what we should expect from this third one he has on the rundown here, Dave.
Yeah, what's
All
TED
right.
Talk? What's TED Talk with Dillon?
All right. We'll put up the graphic that you sent me.
You got to tell us, buddy. Dillon's TED Talk.
All right, let's get to it.
Dillon's TED Talk. It's your TED Talk. So I don't know what this is. And honestly, I kind of have to use the bathroom. So I'm going to step out and I'll let you explain it and I'll pop back in. There's actually somebody out there who wants to hop in.
Okay, dude. Every time I put on that tan coat, you know I mean business. You know what I mean, Dave?
It's podcast time in Austin, Texas.
I didn't know you had this type of pool with Ted Cruz there.
I do
Yeah.
love hopping on my favorite show. It's one of my guilty pleasures, and I know this show is going to be quite strong, even without Will DeFreeze.
We're gonna miss Will, but having Ted Cruz here is quite a fill-in.
Well, look, I've got a little bit of time in the schedule. I can always talk about things. My ticker's strong, and I've been eating queso for 4 days straight, so I'm straight up drowning in it.
So what are we talking about today, Ted?
Well, Dillon, you invited me here, so you tell me.
Yeah.
You got to think on your feet. You can't be any geek off the street.
Can we talk about that time that we had the generational ice snowstorm here in Austin, or
I do remember that,
In
and I remember
Texas.
it well. We look out for Texans.
Well, I don't know that you do, Ted. That's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about.
I
but-
didn't realize we got political here on
Well,
Circling Back.
this is not so much political as it is just common decency. What were you doing during the ice storm of 2021?
I was protecting the grid.
You weren't though. So you stayed put. How did you hunker down? Did you lose power or water?
I was probably listening to Internet Party, one of my favorite shows.
Oh, John Duda.
I love it. I think it's one of the funnier shows we've had.
It's good, yeah. Okay, but did you go somewhere? Did you stay
I did
in-
travel to Cabo.
You did, didn't you? I thought it was Cancun.
Maybe it was Mexico.
It was Mexico. They're all
Very different towns.
They're all kind of the same, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, certainly. You're wondering how long I can do this, and I can do it the whole show, Dillon. You're probably regretting putting it on the rundown.
Yeah, I don't know why you put this on the.
Now that you're here, I'm just a little starstruck. I don't know what to talk to you about.
Well, let me tell you, I know you went camping. I recently went camping as well.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I was out in Big Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a hold of some gummies.
What kind of are these of the THC?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was done zooted off of them.
Wow.
Mixed it with a Lucy.
You okay?
Wow.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Use the
good
promo
combination.
code and everything with
I-
my favorite pod.
I got a Lucy in right now.
I can tell. You're operating at quite the high level.
Well, Ted,
Are you trying to move me along
are
here?
you going to be a recurring part of Circling
Well, it's your
Back?
segment, so you kind of can
That's
tell
why
me.
I'm asking you. Are you going to be a
I
recurring
do love
part of the
Dave,
show?
but I know he's anxious to get back into his
Is Dave
seat.
your favorite?
Well, I've always been a Randy guy ever since he put it on the TL for everybody to see.
You know, someone on the subreddit recently called me the glue guy of Circling Back, and I was wondering if you.
That's interesting. In college, they called you the goo guy.
Okay. Do you think glue guy is an insult or a compliment?
Well, I think it means that without you, this thing falls apart.
Okay.
Or it gets really, really good and more hilarious.
'Cause a glue
that you
guy-
don't have a bunch of glue sticking you down.
A glue guy on, say, a basketball team, this typically describes someone who's not like a premier scorer.
Last guy on the bench gets
Yeah.
in when the game's already over.
Is that me for
Yeah.
Circling Back?
Well, that's always been the vibe.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, Ted. Well, it's been.
You think it's run its course, huh?
It's been a real pleasure.
Well,
I must say.
I'd love to hang out and do some ad reads. That's one area you're gonna really miss Will.
We got one right here for Cremo. You want to talk or Cremo?
Well, you already botched the name of the sponsor, buddy.
All right, let's do one for Cremo.
Well, let's put a proper space in between so we don't just jump right into Cremo from fake Ted Cruz.
I think the people at Cremo will like that.
Bye.
Bye, Ted. Thanks for stopping by, my friend.
Oh, hang on. He's leaving.
I really need to oil that door.
We really got to fix that.
It's been
I
that-
hate to
it's-
put another thing on your plate, Randy.
It's
Yeah.
been that way for a long
I
time.
So
got
what-
some WD-40 at home.
So what happened there? What was that segment?
Yeah, Ted Cruz was in here. Thanks for coming back.
So
to
you
the
wanted to
studio,
do like a
Dave.
weekly with Ted Cruz?
I wasn't ready to talk to Ted. I didn't know he was going to be here, and he's sitting next to me. I'm just like, I don't know what to ask. I got this once in a lifetime opportunity. What do I ask Ted Cruz? And I was kind of firing. From
Did
the
you
hip.
panic?
I was just firing from the hip a bit.
The kind of
I was here.
It felt a little
He totally
forced.
panicked. He totally.
It felt a
panicked.
little forced.
the kind of behavior you'd expect from a glue guy. Like there's a couple
Yeah,
injuries.
pretty much.
Like you didn't realize you're gonna get like meaningful minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Suddenly I got the ball. I got the rock in my hands,
You
and,
just chunked one.
and it's in a crucial part of the game, and I didn't know
Uh-huh.
what to do with it. I just
Yeah.
passed it.
There's like 22 seconds left on the shot clock, and you're just jacking up a three.
I was looking for my scorer, Dave, and he just was nowhere on the court.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I had the protein shakes.
Okay. Okay. Welcome back, Dave. Let's do This Weekend in Fun, presented by
Bro,
Cremo.
let's go out this weekend. There's a crazy event happening.
I like to turn up.
Bro, there's a crazy event happening.
We had the party and it was lit.
I got yelled at by a prostitute. Let's just go have fun and let go of it.
This Weekend in Fun, presented by Cremo. Boy, how excited were you to get that shipment of Cremo? Because I was stoked.
Very excited. True story. I had recently, before Cremo jumped on board, I had recently acquired Cremo because it was just dope, and I started using it, and then they became a sponsor. So I was already a Cremo user.
You lift weights before work sometimes.
That's true.
How about this? How about you manage sweat and odor with some Cremo? That body wash,
Mm-hmm.
it's got like the perfect amount of scent. I feel like it's not overpowering, but like it's enough to where like you put it on, you know you got the smell good.
Yeah, it is not overpowering. It's subtle. It's wonderful. Actually, I brought the Cremo body wash with me camping this weekend. And
Why don't you bring it in here and show
Parks.
us? Why don't you do a little body wash here, bud?
Park said, "Dad, this body wash smells so good." I said, "Yeah, buddy, that's the Cremo talking."
If it's good enough for Parks, it's good enough for us. You deserve freedom from sweat and stink. Cremo's deodorant is designed to provide men with 48-hour protection. Cremo products are all barber grade and made with pride, professionalism, and passion to guarantee you quality without compromise. Elevate your deodorant experience with Cremo's 2 latest signature scents. Italian Bergamot is bright, fresh, and robust, showcasing notes of, is it bergamot? We're going to go with bergamot. Sounds better. Neroli Blossom and fresh vetiver. Palo Santo is deep, smoky, and refined. That's the one I really like. Featuring notes of Palo Santo, bright cardamom, and dry papyrus. When's the last time you were had a little hint of dry papyrus on you?
It's been a minute.
It has.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wearing it right now, and a lot of the scents I couldn't identify until I read the copy, and now I'm like, oh no, I know what I smell like, and it just smells phenomenal. What sets Cremo apart from other men's deodorants? Cremo uses enhanced multi-layered scent technology for a longer lasting experience, so you can apply it once and enjoy how you smell all day. And it's got superb body care. Cremo's new signature deodorant scents show the company's dedication for creating quality products using upscale ingredients to fit the tastes of every man. I gotta say, when I was unboxing this at my home, my wife was very jealous. She was opening each product, the deodorants, the body wash, and smelling it, and she's like, "This is gonna smell."
It was one of the better sponsored packages I've received in a very long time.
It's phenomenal. Cremo reminds me that I deserve grooming products from a company with high standards. They offer 2 options for odor protection, a deodorant and a combo deodorant and antiperspirant. I like that I can choose the best one for me. Cremo also offers a wide range of other grooming products for men, including shaving cream, beard oil, and shampoo, so you can find your favorite scent and buy the whole body care line. Head to Target or Target.com to find Cremo's new line of antiperspirants and deodorants in the Italian Bergamot and Palo Santo scents. Once again, that's Target or Target.com. Check out Cremo. Their whole line is phenomenal. It just smells good. I'm wearing it right now. So is Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Hans. I'm
Man,
going to lead off with you. Is that what you used to do?
I had maybe the most action-packed weekend I've had in a year. Just nonstop. It started Friday. Parks had his first baseball game. I thought it was going to get rained out. It did not get rained out. Caught the first dub. Parks hit probably the hardest ball he's hit since he started playing baseball. He lined out, and unfortunately, he hit it right at somebody.
Exit velo. Just
But
fucking,
he squared the ball up
Hell
like
yeah.
he's never squared a ball up before, and that's really encouraging and exciting to see. He was pumped about it. Yeah, they caught the dub.
let's go.
That was my Friday night. After that, I just went back home and poured a glass of wine and just got in bed, man.
So he hits the ball hard, lines out. He's obviously upset that he didn't get on base, but did he recognize, like, dude, I fucking paralyzed?
So he does this thing where he's like, I want everyone to know I expect more from myself. So he was like, dang it, and he's like, oh, goes to the bench. He's all like head down, pouty. But like, I talked to him at the game. I was like, did you hit that ball really hard? Did it feel good? He's like, yeah, Dad, it did. It felt good. So he knows that. I mean, you hit the ball hard and you see where it goes, and sometimes you hit it right at someone, and sometimes they make a play. That's ball.
It's the way baseball go.
That's ball. But he was pretty pumped about it, and his dad was very excited.
No, he's been using a torpedo bat, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
A little more bat speed.
Yeah, I've been doing some scientific research on it, and
You have?
found out that that's the way to go. I can't wait to talk about that, Frank, during Too Much Dip, by the way. What the hell's going on there? Anyway, Saturday, another big day. My 2 nieces had a birthday party down San Marcos way. Got down there, got to see some fam, spent some time with the nieces. That was great. Took Chelsea. Had a good old time. Had to hustle back to Austin and get ready for a little birthday outing. Met up with Randy and crew. Dave was there. Brett was there.
You had a fun shirt on.
Yeah, silly formal. I had to throw something silly and formal together real quick, and so I paired a Hawaiian shirt
Mhm.
with a felt cowboy hat.
This guy's crazy.
I was just spitballing a little
You
bit.
give Dillon a chance to put on a cowboy hat, he's gonna wear it.
I'm gonna do it.
And you were rocking a bolo tie, weren't you?
I was rocking a bolo tie that our friend Gordo brought.
Doubled as a whistle.
Randy and Brett did not break. They had these characters set up for the night. I don't know what happened after I left because I had to leave early because I had a camping trip the next day. They didn't break character one time while I was at James's house where this was going on. Did they break character after we left?
Randy might have. Pretty sure Brett did not. I mean, to the point to where it became difficult to just be like, "Hey, hey, Brett, I've got a serious question about the company."
And he just wouldn't. He wouldn't.
And then, yeah, I mean, it was honestly, it was pretty remarkable.
It was. They had their fits were crazy.
Yeah, Trip Taylor, I think that was
Trip
Brett's. And then
Taylor.
Randy was
Bob Couchke. Bob Couchke, furniture and upholstery salesman, the largest in northwestern
I don't
Chicago.
know. I don't know why. Here's the thing. I don't know why Trip kept saying that. It was just a Chicagoland area. It's all of it. Trip's always trying to undermine me.
you and Trip are like the buddy comedy we need. huh?
Yeah. My weekend actually ended just like 2 hours ago because I went camping Sunday, which was yesterday, with Parks and 5 other dads and their kids. We went to Enchanted Rock. Beautiful out there. I didn't know that you could go out there and actually camp overnight until this trip. Beautiful campgrounds, nice shaded area, and we had our plots were right up against the rock. It was honestly very, very sick. Here's what I'm asking from you and from
Is this another segment?
other squad members. Can we do a camping trip soon?
Oh yeah, for sure. Just so stacked this year.
There's
Is this
so
2025?
I know Randy will go. Randy's a camp guy.
We're going to go camp at the Run Fair, which I'm probably not even going to go in 2 weeks now because something else popped up. But I think after you left, we started trying to plan out a Big Bend camping trip.
Dude, it was a blast. And I had fun with guys I don't really know that well.
Been there.
Friends, dads, great guys. But, if I was with the squad, it would have been a different vibe, obviously. But it was fun, brought some beers, and we did some hiking, hiked to the summit of Enchanted Rock, which takes longer than one might think. It's a big rock.
Did you have a walking stick?
Didn't have a walking stick, but
Bring a knife?
the joints were barking at the end of it, man. Steep incline, and then of course a steep decline. That'll put stress on the old legs there.
Super sticky.
Super sticky.
I didn't smoke any super
You
sticky
should.
weed.
That's smart to not do drugs because the dads and the kids.
I had to get up early this morning,
Do you have any
and
cold beers?
yeah, cold beers.
Yes, cold beers.
I brought some Yinglings out there. Had really
Oh,
enjoyed
God.
myself.
Would you get over it?
I will not. I will never get over Yingling.
God.
I love them.
On behalf of the good people of most of Pennsylvania, you gotta just get past it.
So the alarm went off at 7 a.m. this morning. Oh, I'll talk more on camping later. I got a whole seg talking about it.
Okay.
Got up at 7, packed up, and was on the road by 8:15 after having some coffee and packing everything up. And here I am. I rolled right in. I had to take a shower. I was a stinky boy,
Got that cremo.
and I rolled right into the office. Got here at about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a time, man. Dave, how about you?
God, how do you follow that up? Yeah, Friday night. Nice night in. I decided to throw on a movie. I decided to watch There Will Be Blood. It's my yearly time to watch There Will Be Blood, one of the all-time greats. And I got through about half of it. It's a long one, but it's just such a good movie. I was in bed fairly early, trying to catch up on sleep. Randy, I think this show, I don't know why you would know this show, but maybe like nieces and nephews. Did you ever get into Tiny Chef or The Tiny Chef? It's a Nick Jr. joint.
No, but you were talking about it on the last episode.
Okay. The Tiny Chef has taken over my home. So any parents out there who can relate, drop an F in the chat. I say that, like, it's not a bad show. It's kind of annoying, the dialogue, the way the Tiny Chef speaks, but they get good guests. They had Kristen Bell on.
Oh,
And it's
love her.
very, they're interacting with a little claymation character, a little puppet thing. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but that has taken over my home currently. Saturday, hit the gym. as I often do. I do love a good Saturday workout. I usually have a little bit more time. Go in there, put on a show. This is all in an effort to get my testosterone up for Saturday night, which was Randy's birthday. I was excited, and I did not go full character. I went Carter Wyatt. So I told them before I was leaving on Thursday or Friday that, look, I'm going Spotify country singer. We usually have Spotify country going in this office, and we always remark and laugh at some of the names that pop up there. And some of the guys, they just look like generic dudes, and they all have a certain look to them. That was kind of my goal. I think what I found, though, when I put my clothes on is that I sneaky had that shit on. And actually, I just kind of liked what I was wearing.
Yeah.
So that might just be me going forward. We'll see. I had a good time. I went predominantly beer, although at the house that was hosting James's home, I did have a gin martini, which everybody knows me. I'm a Tito's guy. I'm a vodka martini guy. Went with the gin. And you know what? It was delightful. It was a tasteful amount of floral and strong. And I drank the whole thing. From there, I went Pacifico. And then we went to, what was the place we went to, Randy? What was the first bar?
Austin Garden Studios.
Austin Garden Studios.
Or studio, yeah. It's right next to you. If you know, you know. It's where Will went for that South by event thing.
It seems like a great spot for a South by event. I will say that is East 6. That is East Side 6.
Yes, sir.
That is very intimidating now, especially to a 40-year-old. I decided to bail at about midnight. I didn't say goodbye to anybody. Typically, that's an Irish goodbye. I was waiting out there for my Uber, and it's very busy, and there was just cool people walking by me the entire time. And I felt a little insecure at how cool people on East Side are.
But you had that shit on.
I did have that shit on, and people were walking by, like, noting it and fist bumping me. But
last time I was waiting outside an Uber from that exact bar, I saw this guy walk by, this fucking shithead, probably 23-year-old, with this girl, and he knocked down a bunch of bird scooters and said, "I do this at the end of every night. I fucking love it." And then walked away.
Wow, that guy's fucking sick.
He walked away. I just laughed. I'm like, am I the one that fucking saw that? What a fucking douche knob.
Douche knob. Absolutely.
Is it like a statement against the scooters, or just like him just destroying property?
I don't know. He thought he was the coolest person ever for just knocking down like 5 scooters.
There's definitely some holes in his drywall.
Yeah.
Okay. Got home. I was in bed 12:45. It was nice. Went out, had some beers, felt fine. Next day. Yesterday, relaxing day. Hit the park up with my son. It was quite warm, and this park actually has a pool which doesn't have water in it at the moment, but it also has the little splash area. It's not like a splash pad, but there's a splash element, a big concrete area that has like this thing that shoots. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Didn't plan for that. What do you think the first thing he wants to do when we get to that park and he sees there's a water element to it?
Go to the water element.
So I spent the next 10 minutes trying to talk him down from the meltdown that, like, dude, you're not wearing swim trunks. We're not doing that right now. So, of course, he settles on going to the volleyball pit and making sandcastles. A noble venture, but, like, you think his mom was real happy when I brought him home and he's got sand in his shoes and sand in his clothes. And I got the...
That's when you say he could have been wet, babe.
Yeah.
Instead, he's sandy.
Jesus, well, you're going to give him a bath.
This is the lesser of two evils.
I gave him a bath. I had to give him a bath.
Yeah.
That's fine. Delightful. And then I capped off the evening with White Lotus right into Gemstones. Phenomenal weekend. It was fun. Randy, I had a good time. Did I miss anything? Are we going to talk more? We can talk about your B-Day here if you want to just harp on that for a bit.
No, it was a fun time. I feel like that was the only thing I really did outside of doing some planting stuff.
Do you have your booze drink, Hoss?
I had a few. I started the night out with some of those alcoholic, spiked Mountain Dews, 5%.
You actually drank those?
I had two. I had 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Brett had 3 martinis at James' house before going out.
I didn't see Brett. I saw Trip Taylor.
Yeah.
Trip Taylor had 3 martinis.
Let me tell you, I enjoyed doing that theme and stuff. This is our 3rd time we've done it. Brett was the one champion that he wanted to do it this year because my birthday is technically Saturday, and I'm going to be out of town. So I was ready to just forego doing anything because I'm going to be hanging out with a lot of my boys in Scottsdale. Brett wanted to do this party so bad. He loves being Trip Taylor. He wants to be Trip Taylor more than he wants to be Brett Merriman.
Brett absolutely wants to get scooped up in a biz dev role at some Midland oil company.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
That's like his
he
dream.
would thrive out there.
He really would. Well, I had a good time.
Yeah.
How'd you feel yesterday morning?
Better, worse than this morning, but yeah,
Wait.
it was yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Given like
I'm
what
still
that felt
feeling
in,
it today.
hangovers typically go away the further you get away from the drinking.
in theory.
But it was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, I was glad to see some new people come out and do the theme. Gonna be a fun time. Cream. What was your name?
Cremo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with the Cremo.
right. Totally different.
So you were Cremo.
I was Cremo. Brett named me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did, and I went with it, and I loved it.
So Brett didn't read the copy either.
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, Cremo, why don't you tell us all about Fitbod?
We doing Fitbod?
Hey, Cremo, tell us how you got that Fitbod, Hoss.
Ooh, Fitbod is a fantastic app. If you have goals, workout goals or maybe body goals, and you have a certain workout environment that you punch all that into Fitbod, and it spits out a tailored workout just for you. It's like having a personal trainer in your pocket. Maybe you work out in the gym
Hey, man, I'm
with-
your personal trainer. That thing's huge.
with all the equipment. Maybe you're doing bands at home. Maybe you just want to do body weight in the hotel room. Fitbod will set you up with what you have to work with.
Combines the workout planning and tracking you need to stay consistent and make progress, man. It really does. We love Fitbod. So you got look in your garage, I just got like a 30-pound dumbbell and I got like a 15-pound kettlebell. You tell Fitbod what you got and they'll say,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, here, we'll work with that, Hoss.
We've been
Here's what
using
you
it.
do.
We've been using it for a long time. We love Fitbod.
For a long time. Makes it so much easier if you're traveling. We've used it when traveling. If you don't have anything, just body weight, you can get something there. It creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. Workouts adapt to your growth, so each workout is challenging enough to push you to make progress. And Fitbod, tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. Level up your workouts with customized fitness plans that work for you and over 1,000 demonstration videos. Level up your workout. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free for 7 days at fitbod.me/steam. That's fitbod.me/steam. Fitbod.me/steam. Do you really want me to do this?
What?
The thing that's next on the rundown.
Are we skipping over Dylan's camping segment?
Oh, fuck, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
Did you bring? We forgot to mention that your bolo tie was the Wienermobile.
No, we didn't forget to mention. You forgot to.
It whistled, right?
It was a Wienermobile whistle on a bolo.
So Cremo had a whistle around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't planned addition to the outfit, but since
I think it
brought
tied it together. It was quite a
Yeah.
nice touch.
Yeah. This is my first time taking Parks camping. My first time going camping since before he was born, hence why he hadn't gone yet. And I forgot how much fun camping can be. The sleeping thing has always been like the major drawback for me for camping. Obviously, I think that I speak for most people there. It's just hard to get comfortable. And I didn't sleep very well. The ground's hard. I did bring up, a pad to sleep on, like a foam pad. And he slept like a rock. I don't know how he did it, but man, okay. We're sleeping and I'm woken up about midnight. I hear something walking around outside, and then I hear like a chip bag rustling. I'm like, okay, is someone going to get a snack?
Someone's snacking.
I am snacking.
Raccoons, man, they
Ooh.
found our camp, and they finished off the chips that we didn't finish off. I think I made burgers, so I think the kids left some like cheese like out on a chair, and
Classic kid.
they cleaned all that up for us, and they were out there for an hour at least.
Raccoons?
Yeah. I had my flashlight. I was like peeking through that, like, okay, I'm making sure that was a raccoon and not a bear or something else that was going to scare the shit out of me. That was That was one of the animals I heard and or saw. There was an owl nearby.
That's what they sound like, folks.
That was dope. That's my favorite bird. Everybody knows that.
I didn't know that. Mine's actually the bald eagle because I love this country.
Mine's an owl.
Mine's a hummingbird.
Why is that?
It's like when they come by my
That's
apartment.
cute.
It's very nice.
Heard turkeys.
Ooh.
Turkeys out off in the distance.
Yeah.
The highlight of the
Damn,
wildlife,
Will did a great turkey.
the wildlife adventure.
Think he'd come on and do turkey?
I don't know. Man, at 4 a.m. At 4 a.m., it felt like we were surrounded by coyotes. And when I say surrounded, it felt like they were on the picnic table right outside our tent, just like hooping and hollering. They were so freaking loud. They were probably 50 yards away, and that's
They
how
running
close
fives
they
out
were.
there?
And they were so loud, and they were hooping and hollering for a good, I don't know, half an hour.
I hate it when the coyote is hoop and holler.
Yeah, they were howling and barking and yapping.
They're yappers.
They were communicating.
Oh, yeah.
And there were a ton of them, man. It was so freaking loud.
Was it kind of cool, though?
It was badass. I loved it. Parks woke up, and I was like, it's coyotes, man. And you're good here. We're safe. You're in a tent. You're with your dad. He's like, okay. And he went right back to sleep. I stayed up and listened to him. It was fucking cool.
Dan, did at any moment you think maybe like you were about to have to pay the piper for your jag take?
No, that's a different genus altogether.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
it gets around and they stick together.
Yeah.
They may be enemies at times when they're hunting. but-
Again, I don't have a jag take. I have a cheetah take. Totally different cat.
Okay.
One of them
Pull tape.
much stronger than the other. Yeah, pull tape. I'm clean there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we went on a hike, man, and it was so much fun. And we just, like I said, I cooked burgers for everybody, and we just posted up around the fire. And there was a burn ban, but we had one of the dads brought a gas fire pit that was allowed out there, so that was cool. We got to do fire and s'mores and Parks. I'm pretty sure I unlocked a core memory for Parks. He's still out there, by the way. He stayed. He's catching a ride back with his buddy because I had to come into work. So he's still out there. He's probably heading back sometime soon. Just an excellent, excellent time. I highly recommend if you have a kid who's at least 5, I would say, because the young ones, it's a lot. The sleeping situation is not ideal for him, but Parks, he slept great. So much fun.
What do you do if you have to drop a Duke?
They have bathroom
Oh.
and a shower. I took a shower last night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, hot water. Enchanted Rock is where we went. If you didn't catch that earlier, we went to Enchanted Rock.
So you weren't glamping.
I was not glamping. This is a real camping situation. I would like to have done one more night. Obviously I had to get up early and leave, but I wanted to have a full day out there with the squad. That would have been fun. Get up, drink coffee, and cook breakfast. I left before breakfast even was underway.
Did you and the dads, anybody like throw some beers back? You said you had some Yinglings out
We
there.
threw some beers back. One of the dads brought a bottle of Jameson. I didn't partake because I knew I had to get up early. I had a full day today.
Is there guitar dad?
No guitar dad.
Oh, man.
No, we were listening to some Pearl Jam last night. One of the dads brought a BTS.
I love just hanging out with the boys listening to Pearl Jam.
Yeah, man, it was so much fun. And I had that much fun with guys I don't know particularly well. So that's why I want to get a squad trip together. I think it would be a blast if we went.
Did you get any numbers?
I have all their numbers.
Like, are anybody like, hey, man, let's
Talking
link?
like baddies out there.
No, not baddies, but daddies actually, who like
Daddies.
you might link with, like, hey, man, let's go get you ice cold beer, Hoss.
I do have all the daddies' numbers. A couple of them I already knew pretty well because they're like Parks' best friends' dads, and we communicate quite a bit.
Do you have to
They're all
explain what you do for a living?
to one of the guys.
Were any of them like, dude, what's going on with Will?
I think most of them knew what I did for a living, but one guy this morning, I was packing up and I was like, yeah, I got to run back to work, man. He goes, what do you do? And I was, oh, here we go. Conversation
Are you
I
familiar with
don't
total frat move?
Conversation I don't particularly enjoy for some reason. I don't know. It's like,
Couldn't be me. I love it.
it's like, oh, what do you guys talk about? Like, I don't know, nothing.
Kind of pop
This,
culture.
Talk about this.
We do this thing called the crank corner.
Yeah. We do a crank corner and I cover my face and
It'd be a shame if they listened to this one. It was their jumping off point.
it was a blast. I think I had a lot of fun because I knew that Parks was having a lot of fun.
Sounds great.
Yeah, he had his best buds out there and
Dude, I don't think I've camped since like high school. Maybe college.
it's one of those things you do and you kind of just forget about it for a while, and then the opportunities don't come up, and you're just like, oh yeah, I've been in a while, but it'd be fun if we went. And I'm telling you, it is so much fun. I didn't get any sleep. Not only the animals keep me awake, but it's just hard to get comfortable in a tent. It really is, unless you have. Some of the dads brought air mattresses and stuff. They were like really prepared.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
I think the last time I went, there's a really good area to camp near Joe Pool Lake. I think it's Lynn Creek State Park, which is like Duncanville, Grand Prairie, Cedar Hill area.
Yeah.
And we would go in high school. We did this like 4 or 5 times, and it would just be a place where we could go just underage drink.
Yeah.
And then one time, like they called the game warden or nothing. I don't know who it was. They came out, they busted us, and they made us pour out our entire cooler of beer and like open each beer and pour it out.
Oh no.
So we poured out like 100 beers, 100 Keystones, probably 90, honestly, because
Oh
there were
my
30
God.
racks. And yeah, they
Keystones
were
deserve to get poured out.
they
to
were
be fair.
cracking up. These
Yeah.
cops were laughing as we were pouring it out, and they were cool. They didn't even write us a ticket. They're like,
Yeah.
they were just watched us with a flashlight pour out all these
Oh,
beers.
Yeah.
But that might have been the last time.
Yeah. All the kids had headlamps, you know, and they were just scaling the rocks at late at night.
Oh yeah.
It was just fucking cool, man.
Any snakes or anything?
No snakes. Only animal I saw, aside from birds and squirrels, was just that raccoon that looked very well fed. My only critique of that place: there's no body of water, so no fishing, no swimming in a river or anything like that, which a lot of campgrounds will offer.
Yeah.
But man, it was cool. It was real cool.
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
It's fun, man.
I kind of wish
I would be better prepared next time for comfortable bedding.
I want to do cooler weather.
Man, it got up to mid 80s when we were out there, so it was hot, but it was like 60 at night.
How far west is it? About an hour?
It took an hour and a half.
Okay.
It's
so
out
it's
out
drier.
Fredericksburg way.
Okay, yeah. You're getting much
Yeah.
drier climate.
Yeah,
so
it was
cools
dry
down.
and cool at night. It was ideal sleeping temperature, honestly. Highly recommend.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Randy, you ever go camping outside of your Ren Fair situation?
I've been camping a lot. I mean, not recently. The last time outside of Ren Fair camping that I've been camping was right before I moved down here in Chicago. So like
Chicago.
probably in 2017 it was last time outside the Ren Fair, which Ren Fair is kind of camping. But
You're still in a tent.
still a tent, still bonfire, still wooded area, all that good stuff. It's just a little different.
I feel like part of me is like scared to do it like at 40 and then be embarrassed by like how little I'm prepared to camp.
I was one of the lesser prepared dads for sure. Some of those guys go a lot. They had like all the equipment, like portable stoves and
Yeah.
all the stuff, One guy had an electric cooler, which is basically like a portable refrigerator. It was badass. It was great, man. They were more prepared than I was, but I held my own, I
Sure.
contributed. I cooked dinner for everyone, did burgers.
How'd they turn out?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Pretty good burgers.
God. Will loved Shopify, didn't he?
He sure did, man.
I love Shopify. Dillon, you love Shopify?
I love Shopify.
Tell
David.
me what you love about Shopify.
I love Shopify because it is very user friendly. People say that I'm not exactly very technologically inclined,
Yeah, we've been saying that.
but Shopify, I'm navigating that thing like I designed it myself. It's so easy to use.
Heck, we built our darn store with it.
That's why I use it all the time.
Look, I use it too. I like to hop in there. I like to go in there. If you're an analytics guy, if you like to get deep in the weeds and see like, hey, where are we selling the most stuff? Where are we lacking? Shopify will do that for you. Life before Shopify was tough. I can't even imagine. Now it's so easy. If you got an idea, if you want to go sell you a widget or a hat or a shirt, you just use Shopify. Just go check it out. I was hopelessly addicted to Shopify for a time. When we would launch a product and I would just look at the map to see like how many people were hopping on the site. Those were kind of the days.
I just logged in to see if I have any hats to ship, and we're all caught up. So there's
We all caught
good
up?
news for me.
Yeah. Hey, if you're not watching Dillon's Track House, we're giving out little special promo codes.
Yeah,
And,
bud.
We do that all through Shopify. How easy is that? You tell Brett, hey, man, can you just create one real quick? He ups into Shopify, makes one. We announce it on the Track House. Boom. People are saving money.
I can do it. It takes me 1 minute.
Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/circling. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/circling to upgrade your selling today. We love it. Dillon and I can figure it out. Heck, Randy can too. Even Randy, 2 days later after a big night, he hops in Shopify. He's doing fine. Shopify.com/circling. Do you really want me to spoil the show?
Yes, I didn't have a chance to watch White Lotus last night because I was, aforementioned, I was camping. Dave is going to do a segment on White Lotus, and he's going to spoil the show.
Have you heard anything about it?
Nope. I don't mind spoilers, just so you know. I don't care. It does not affect my viewing of the show, knowing what's going to happen in it.
What do you think happened with Rick and Frank?
Is this the penultimate?
This is the penultimate. What do you
Okay.
think happened with Rick when he finally meets the guy who he thinks killed his dad?
I don't think he kills him. I think I don't know. Maybe the guy was super charming, and Rick just kind of backed off his stance a bit. I don't know.
Okay.
Tell me.
You're kind of close. You're kind of right. I don't know how charming the guy was, but he was an old guy. He wasn't some like
And he's
younger
sickly,
hotshot.
right?
Not really sickly, just old. He's like his 80s. And he's just a guy.
Did Rick tell him that he knows about the situation?
Finally, I have to say, my biggest issue with this episode, and I will say as far as White Lotus penultimates go, this is pretty average. I hate to tell you that. You definitely need to watch it. You'll still get some enjoyment out of it. Rick and Frank show up, with this whole ruse of like he's a producer and he's a director, and they want her to be in the movie. They show up with seemingly no preparation. So she's like, well, like, for example, like which of my movies did you watch that you liked me in? Frank, who's playing the role as director, he can't really name one because he didn't do any homework.
Okay.
So he doesn't know. So he's doing the super generic, like, I just liked all of them.
I sort of like them
And then
all.
he like guesses one. Like, I like the one where you were kind of like royalty. You were like a queen. And the whole time you're kind of looking and you're like, well, they have to be onto them somehow. And then they're like, what role do you have in mind for me? I was told that this, and he says something like a prostitute. And she's like, I thought this was based on my life. Anyway, it was almost like Rick and Frank did not communicate. They just showed up there.
Yeah.
Like no plan whatsoever.
Because he probably didn't foresee it going that far. It's like, I'm going to see this guy, I'm going to fucking blast him, and we're going to get out of there.
Well, you'd think that, but dude, like he gets him alone in his den, and like they're talking, and it's like this real like therapeutic session for Rick, and he just kind of, you could tell something's ominous, and like this guy, if he has any self-aware or perception, he's able to tell like, this dude's not here for the reasons he said he was. So no, Rick does not end up killing the guy. He does kind of hilariously grab his desk chair and pull it back, knocking the guy on the ground on his back from the chair, which was kind of funny.
Okay.
And then they leave. So you're like, okay. Don't know if we've seen the end of that. We've only got one episode left. You have to think that, because Rick is staying at that hotel that they own, right?
Yeah.
That they're a part of. So I don't know. What do
Okay.
you think?
Tim, well, can we talk Tim? Tim Ratliff, the dad?
Are you about to ask me, was there another just disturbingly graphic and realistic murder-suicide fantasy?
Well, he doesn't have the gun anymore because Guy Tuck found it and brought it back to the
Correct.
security hut.
Correct.
So I would imagine that he didn't actually off himself. Was there another?
He did have another moment where he zoned out and
You
thought
can't
about,
keep doing that.
dude, maybe it's because of where it fits in the show it's on. It's like normally like kind of a vibey, dark comedy, but also like a fun show. These are like disturbing because of how like it just feels. It feels like this is how it would go down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, that he has a conversation prior to this with Saxon, and it's almost like the combination he had, or I'm sorry, the conversation he had with Piper Posey, where it's basically like, Dad, this is all I've got. I can't live
But
with
did
nothing.
did he talk about the problems that await
No,
them?
he
at
lied
home?
to him. Saxon sees his dad getting shit faced, and it's like, what's wrong? Finally, like 5 days later, 5 days out of your watching your dad go in a lorazepam booze hole, he approaches him like, "What's going on? Is everything good with the business?" And Tim lies. He's like, "Everything's good," and that's it.
They keep delaying this, man. There's got to be some kind of resolution.
He does go to look for the gun and realizes it's gone.
Okay.
So he now knows he has no firearm.
Any allusions to him staying in Thailand? In not
You said that weird.
did I?
You said Thailand.
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 Is there any allusions to him staying in Thailand and avoiding going home and facing the trouble there?
Christopher Walken talks Thailand.
Thailand.
Somebody got mad that I did the preview thing. So I'm going to give you a sec. You do see, no, the answer is no, but you do see he might be looking for other avenues to exit this world, potentially in the finale. We don't know. I will say that it looks like Lachlan is now interested in staying, doing a year with Piper in the monastery or whatever.
Not surprising, I guess.
The Buddhist house where they're staying. I gotta say that storyline's not really doing it for me
Yeah.
at all.
Okay.
What else? We did have some big movement with Jacqueline, Kate, and Lori.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think their friendship's going? Do you think it's going strong?
I think this is the last trip they take together
Why is that?
because their friendship seems to be crumbling underneath them. I
Yeah,
think
that's
each
right.
one has something against another one.
Yeah, it comes to a head. Lori bails on a dinner to go to the Muay Thai fights with the Russians, with the boys, Valentin, Alexei, and the other dude. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
She hooks up with the other friend.
Okay. Okay.
Not Alexei, not the dude who was
Not
a
the
fan in
super
Game
hot
of
one.
Thrones. No, not Valentin who boned Jacqueline, but the dude who kind of weirdly looks like Valentin.
The second hottest one.
The second hottest one for sure.
Okay.
They hook up. He immediately starts asking for money because like his mom allegedly is like trapped in Russia or something. It was very like
Okay.
the last thing you want to hear after you just had sex with a guy you've known for a
Right.
day.
Right.
It was a tough scene. And then his girlfriend shows up, chases her out of there. It was good. It was good. The biggest revelation you have. Do you want the biggest revelation?
Yes, I do.
I will say this is where one thing I did predict. So Guy Talk goes on his date with Mook, their first date. It becomes very clear that he is not in her league. She's way too good looking for him. And also like, he's just not about it. And then she even says like, you don't have any ambition. You got, you don't, he's like, he talks about the robbery.
You're a
how he-
shitty security guy.
Basically, she
Yeah.
says it very nicely, and he admits it. And he's like, "I don't want to do violence. I don't like violence. I'm Buddhist." Blah blah blah. A lot of talk about him being afraid to fight or afraid to kill. So they also go to the Muay Thai fight. They're sitting across the way from Lori and her Russian guy, Vlad. And he kind of zones out, notices Lori, notices the Russian guy, and notices the tat. And then it flashes back to the robbery when those guys are trying to escape.
Oh.
And he puts it together that these Russians were involved. So he now knows. So Guy Talk now knows that those three dudes, because they were all there.
Oh, including hot guy. What's his
Hot
name?
guy, Valentin,
Valentin.
who was distracting Guy Talk. If you remember when that went down, he was distracting him as the guard rail was
Wow.
raised. So he knows. And so, of course, this is all like trending toward like, is he going to go hero mode? And like, yeah, in the last episode.
Did the like squirrely concierge guy, did he do his performance?
Yeah, dude, they gave us like 2 minutes or like 1 minute, and it wasn't the worst, but it was just like
They were
no
setting
one
up
cared.
to be really embarrassing.
It wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't
Okay.
the worst thing. It's not something I'm gonna if he's playing a free show in my backyard, I'm not gonna walk out there.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Okay.
Gary throws his big party. Oh, you want that revelation?
Yeah.
Gary and Chloe. So he kind of knows that Chloe hooked up with somebody. Chloe, so he somehow, this ominous party where he's just inviting strangers, including one that knows that he killed his wife, they all show up to his like sick villa, right? He has this big party, and Chloe approaches Saxon and propositions him and gives him this whole backstory on Gary and what his like real fantasy is. And I will just say that he's got like kind of a cuck fantasy where he wants to watch or at
Got
least
it.
walk in on. Saxon's like he's drawing the line there. He's had enough sexual indiscretions for his last 48 hours. Enough for him. So that's all in all, like things happened. It didn't really happen how I wanted them to happen.
All right.
For a penultimate episode, it was a little slow.
All right. Well,
How's that make you feel? I didn't sell it for you, but I just spoke the truth to you.
They better bring it home next week,
I think they will.
this week.
It's not a make or break finale for me. I've still enjoyed the season, but like they could really benefit from like a banger of a finale.
Yeah. Hopefully they do.
Because I've seen some critic write-ups that were it kind of stalled a little bit.
Okay.
You want to get out of here? Or you want to check in with Davis real quick?
We can run it back as well.
You've missed a lot. Can we check in with Davis real quick? I don't know if you followed Davis Clarke's last 4 or 5 days,
I haven't.
but what do you think he was rocking with on Friday, food wise?
Ooh, I think is he on rice right now?
He was rocking rice.
He's doing rice.
Randy,
Okay.
play it for the
Rocking
folks.
rice for lunch because we're back. I've got to stay fueled up throughout the day. Let's get it.
Okay.
Rock.
Okay.
So
So,
he has a bowl full of brown rice.
he's just carbo loading.
Yeah. So we've seen him do this with potatoes.
Yeah. That's how he got locked in that day on potatoes.
When's the last time you just had a pure carb for a meal?
Never, not once ever.
Not even breakfast?
No.
Maybe breakfast you have like a croissant.
Sure.
But for lunch,
that
when were you
counts.
like, dude, I don't even feel like a protein.
I'm just gonna do
kinda-
it just a bowl of noodles with nothing else. Like I've
Mhm.
never done that. No.
Randy, you ever do that?
No.
You do have some you have some Davis Clarke-esque lunches, but you always mix in a protein because you're all about gains.
It's true. The only time I'd ever just have rice is if I need the stomach to settle. It's Rhea time.
There it is. The people like that.
But yeah, it does help.
Okay.
You want to check in with the second video too?
Do you think this is a nod to Will? I don't know if you saw his post. Did you see his post last night?
No.
Oh, do I need to turn the volume down? a
I've
little bit
been
on
off the
this?
grid. I had no signal out
Oh,
there.
buddy, I'm so happy. He dropped this banger last night. Before you play it, there we go.
Oh,
Read the caption.
says Sunday scaries, not energy levels. No, not okay.
Let's try it again, Bob.
Sunday scaries, not energy levels to start the week.
Okay.
Dude, he's hitting that shit.
Goes on way
He
too
only
long.
has one move.
Well,
All
he,
right.
he hits him with just like a modified nay, then just kind of goes into a little whatever the other thing was.
He's vibing. Okay, Davis, I see you, man.
So influencer week is upon us.
Do
Any
we'll
ch-
recreate this?
Any chance you recreate this? What would it have? What would it take to get you to do a full Davis Clarke rendition?
This might be something I could recreate. This is low lift.
I was hoping you'd be like 100% against it because honestly, like I don't want you to do it.
Well, then I might do it if you don't want me to.
Okay, you know what? The people at home probably want this. You think the people want this from Dillon? You could
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
if you
the
shaved your
people.
face, if you
Don't
shaved
say-
your
don't-
face,
Don't say what you're about to say.
listen.
You spike your hair?
I don't
If you
look like
shaved
Davis
your face,
Clarke.
spiked your hair, and maybe like worked. Man, your job. You got a good job.
He's a
but you don't
really
have Davis
unattractive
job.
dude.
You could do this.
He's a really unattractive guy.
But you have like the dark hair, the same skin tone, and just like the overall aura.
None of these are compliments to
You
me.
think this dude's DMs are a war zone?
No. I think he repels the opposite sex.
Sunday scaries, not.
Not. So this landed on Will's radar.
I don't know. I don't know if he's seen it. He might have been traveling. I sent it to the TMD group.
Okay.
Nobody responded. Crickets.
Mm. Should we run it back?
Oh yeah, we're doing run it back now.
If you are a Too Much Dip listener, you know what Run It Back is. It's a segment during which we talk about what we already talked about.
We're trying new things with the new circumstances here. We didn't really talk about that much about the show going
We
forward.
didn't. We will.
I don't know. I don't want to punt it. We could talk about it right now. There's really not that much to talk about. Like we don't have like a surprise. By God, that's J-Bone's music. Like we're not gonna just bring in a third person to like sit next to Dillon
A lot of people
or next to me awkwardly.
A lot of people are wondering if we're going to bring in a permanent third, and there are no plans to do that right now.
Doesn't mean it won't ever happen.
We're gonna have guests file in here, and maybe at some point we do decide to bring in a third. That is TBD.
Yeah.
But for now, we're gonna roll with what we got. I do think it would be fun to have Brett in here. Did you talk to Brett about this at all?
Yeah, I did.
What'd he say?
Hey, there's a reason Brett's not in here.
What?
No, he didn't have time. He was working. It's going to be tough with his what he's working on.
Okay.
I don't think we'll necessarily have him on every show, but like what I want to see, and I guess I could have done a mailbag too, but I don't know. That's Dillon's thing. Like my goal for it is to bring in a lot more. First of all, more Randy. I want more Randy on the show.
Hi, Dave.
Okay.
So you got stuff like
Want
that,
more
in
of
the, just
that.
in the bag.
And I think that'll happen. I do want more Brett. I want Will when Will wants to hop on. I want Dan when Dan can come by. I want KJ to pop on. I want Ross to pop. I want what I'm saying is like I like rolling more guests in here.
Yeah, I do too.
Not because I don't think Dillon and I and Randy can rock a good show. We can, but I think it's just something I noticed listening to the old Touching Base audio was how fun it was to have like this cast of characters that we worked with that we could like just hop on and be like, dude, talk about this shit you did over the weekend. That's ridiculous. Dan, you did whatever at a wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to do much more of that because we have like, granted they all have like full-time jobs at other places, but we have people who like are friends of the show that would absolutely pop on and do stuff like that. So you're going to see more of that. And that'll just be easier with two of us right here.
Yeah.
Format won't change like too much. I know today we jumped off with those segments that Dillon really wanted to do. The reason we led with that is because Dan had a heart out.
Yeah.
We'll probably on Monday stick with This Weekend in Fun off the rip, but who knows? It's fluid.
Yeah.
But the run it back thing, I just think it's funny. It cracks me up in too much sip. It's often like a highlight of the show.
Fluid is a good word. I think we're gonna the final plan is probably yet to be figured out. You know, we're gonna roll with what we think is gonna be fun, and then we'll settle into what we know is really, really good, and we'll keep going with that.
I'm listening at home, and I'm like, well, why did you guys not have a third right then, like the next day? Why did you guys not have that planned out if you've known Will was going to leave for so long?
That would have felt weird, I think.
Like you're replacing Will.
Yeah, we're not replacing Will. You know,
we're gonna replace him in the aggregate.
And like we keep
I've seen
saying,
that comment.
Will is. I mean, he's out there right now. Like he's going to be a part of the show.
He's probably champing at the bit when he heard Davis fucking in your hit.
He's going to be a part of the show. We're not just like, all right, see you, Will. You're out of here, buddy, and we hire somebody full time to sit in. That would have been awkward and not at all what we're looking for right now. So
what if we just start calling him in and telling him we're going to do one thing, but we just sit him down and just fucking berate him? Like we absolutely just insult him until he just walks out.
What did you do to this company, man?
Dude, what the fuck did you do?
How selfish can one man be?
Yeah, I'm in here dry scooping protein with Dan.
Yeah, and you're out there just cooking up fucking memes.
All you're doing is memeing, and I'm in here. Dan's in here doing Supps Dawg with Dillon.
Ridiculous.
You got new boat shoes and they're not even Sperry's. That's so NF.
What are they?
I don't know.
You can't expect the Sunday Scaries guy to just cop some Sperry's.
He's not copping Sperry's.
Yeah. He did get some boat shoes.
He did get
did.
boat shoes. That's I don't know.
He
if
says
that's-
they're in,
I've seen that.
and he would know
He's
before I
gonna
do.
100%. He's gonna get a blister.
Yeah,
He wasn't in a frat.
he wasn't in. Yeah, he's not. He does not frat. He doesn't have those frat calluses yet.
No.
Oh.
People have been wondering. They're like, "Were you guys trying to get the only non-Greek off the show?"
You blackballed him.
Oh,
and that was part of it.
no more Jeans on the show. That's huge.
That is huge.
All right, let's run it back. Get out of here.
All right.
Again, this segment during which we talk about what we already talked about. Dillon peed outside at the office.
I almost did.
We're calling Randy Captain Dick Print.
You're Detective Dick Print.
We dry scooped teen with Dan. Dry scooped teen with Dan.
Yeah. How do you feel right now?
I feel fine. It wasn't pre-workout. That would have been a whole different story. Dillon is circling back's glue guy.
Aw, you're basically the team manager.
Ted Cruz stopped by the studio. Dillon wants the squad to go camping, and he's going to make it happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Gary is a cuck.
That's true.
And that concludes Run It Back.
Wow, 84 minutes.
That's a long one.
Thank you to Dan and Johnny D and Ted Cruz, for that matter, for joining us today. We will be back with Patreon tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.